Here's what I'm going to start with. Quick question of the day. What did you learn this week, NFL and fantasy-wise? So you can tell me anything you want.
Sure.
I've got my own thoughts. You already know them because I was ranting, so I'll get to them, but I'll let you go first.
Mine, I'm going with Foot Clan. It was a great ride. It was a great ride while it lasted. I have a feeling that next year, the rest of the general public will have caught up to Rule 86, the fact that Jordan Reed is a monster, and when he is healthy, you must play him because he put on a display for the entire country to watch as he dominated in during the Washington Green Bay game.
So how good is Jordan Reed?
And Twitter was exploding with who is the number 2 tight end? Is it Jordan Reed?
Yes, sir.
And as of now, I have to completely agree. When you look at the numbers of once Jordan Reed came back from his midseason injury, he was putting up top 2 numbers. I mean, I think I wasn't ready for this one, but I have to break it down. He might have outscored Gronk in the second half of the season. I mean, he was just a monster and a consistent monster, and then not just putting up, a good tight end game of 8 to 10 points. He'd have these 100-yard, 2-touchdown games. So you know that the ceiling is there. That doesn't exist for hardly any tight ends in the NFL.
I think he was 8 for 121 and a touchdown yesterday.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, right.
Here's what else I know about Jordan Reed. Just to jump on the bandwagon with you, when you watch the games, when you watch the film, and you watch Kirk Cousins and Jordan Reed on the field together, there's a reason behind these numbers happening over and over again, and it's you're my first read on a lot of plays. Oh, yes, pun intended. You are my first read in my heart, and a high percentage chance that he's going to catch the ball. He had an incredible one-handed catch yesterday.
Oh,
that looked like an interception.
Yes, it would have been an interception, but
so you learned that Jordan Reed is legit.
Yeah, well, we already knew he was legit, but it's just next year. As of right now, I mean,
Gronkowski.
You have to assume that Cousins will be back in Washington. As of now, Jordan Reed is the number 2 fantasy tight end.
All right, here's what I learned.
They are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
I could not believe. Listen to this. When I say they are who they thought that we thought they were, all 4 losing teams had a player that was directly responsible for them losing, that did exactly what that player is known to do, okay? Yeah. Brian Hoyer, we make the joke sometimes, Bortles gonna Bortles. We say that because we say, he's going to throw his picks, he's going to have his ugly plays. Listen, Hoyered, all right?
Oh, man.
It doesn't get much worse than that. We were talking to a friend of ours today. Here's what Hoyer did. He threw a pick. He ran off the field. He charged himself up, and you could see him on the sideline, and he'd be like, all right, we're going to get back in there, and I'm just going to – and then he'd do it again. So Hoyered.
That was quite the performance.
Yeah, and I am insistent he will not be the starting quarterback.
We had this debate. I actually think that Brian Hoyer will come back as the starting quarterback of the Texans. I understand that was it doesn't get worse than that during a playoff game when you have to be your best. I just don't think the options are out there. I mean, sure you could pull off a trade for say RG3. That's absolutely a possibility.
He'll be cut.
Hoyer?
No, RG3.
Oh,
RG3 will just be straight cut.
Yeah,
not going to pay that option money. So
there'll be,
I think there'll be other guys that trickle out there in circumstances. I just don't think Hoyer is going to be the guy. Listen, another guy who we thought he was. Listen, most of the time it's a good thing. But Adrian Peterson, fumbling with the game on the line.
Loves fumbling in the playoffs.
He does it over and over again. And so once again, a player doing exactly what he shouldn't be doing, can't change in the playoffs. He ran with reckless abandon on that play, and it cost him. It was reckless. Deshaun Jackson, he is who we think he is, and we know it by now. But listen, when he went around the end and casually didn't get into the end zone on that play, he cost his team. It should have been 18-0, 17-0. Instead, it's 11-0. Green Bay got back in the game because Deshaun Jackson was lazy because he does what he does. And then the last guy was perfect. I heard it said the perfect storm. Okay.
Oh,
just
very
get
nice.
ready.
That's a good play.
Get ready for perfect. His number should be 15 on his chest because that's the amount of yards that every personal foul is going to cost you. He will make a play that makes you want to give him a hug.
That interception.
Sure.
That was,
or even knocking Roethlisberger out with a legal hit. I say legal. A legal hit as opposed to the illegal hit that cost him the game. So
yeah.
To me, what I learned this weekend is that people don't change.
Oh,
You're just the
brutal.
same old player you always are. It was unbelievable.
And I have to imagine a lot of people out there like us. So we're talking we're instant messaging during the game. As soon as, so what happened? There was a hit on the Gio Bernard hit. So Gio Bernard gets hit, and we start messaging back and forth like,
here it comes.
Vontae's perfect is going to take out Big Ben.
And it was like the
and
next
sure
play.
enough,
That was a premonition that could be easily seen by his history.
you knew it was going to happen, and perfect. Which it was to me. That was clean.
Look,
it was a legal hit. It just was unfortunate.
We are saying this from the sympathetic point of view for the Bengals fans out there.
Yeah.
As well as the Vikings fans, because as we can respect Seattle and what they've accomplished. We're Cardinal fans. We certainly didn't want you still in the playoffs. That should be the sign of respect that you deserve, as the fact we don't want you in there.
You? Yeah,
but unbelievable turn of events with these two teams adding to their lore of defeat with Cincinnati and Minnesota. So shout out to you for just staying alive for right now if you're a fan of those teams.
Yeah,
that's just brutal.
There was the two teams, the Chiefs. The Chiefs definitely won the game, and the Green Bay Packers won the game. And you don't want to focus on the negative, but the Vikings
and the Bengals,
they lost. They lost the game.
They did.
Ugh.
The finality of the playoffs too is just brutal when those plays happen. Because there was this sense when we're rambling a little bit here, but there's a sense when Walsh missed the kick that you're kind of like, you're looking around for a flag or like, wait, is it? No, it can't be over. Wait, it's over? Like, it just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Twitter exploded with wows and incomprehension. So, all right, that's what we learned this weekend.